We're gonna rock a little bit on the Unison Tarot today, this evening, this AM, whatever time it is for you. It's the right time. Welcome, 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 welcome all. Thank you for tuning. Basic training, the draft. Right. Let's get to it. So right out the door, we got the Eight of Pentacles. All right, I pulled the cards. I got my notes here for you. Let's get to business. So we got the Eight of Pentacles here on the left, okay? And that's all about training, employment, skills, etc. Now, when you ask me, the 7 always reminds me of the question or questions. All right. So to get the training, employment, and skills over time, like if you look closely at the card there, it's actually so if you look closely, let me give it to you. So if we look closely there at the Eight of Pentacles, you see a bunch of clocks, watches. He's really taking his time. He's working on some very detailed stuff, right? But what you see above him is 7 coins. And 7 is the question. 7 is the question to me, right? So the question is, in order to get the training, the employment, the skills over time, you must have raised enough of the right questions to learn the truth, right? You know, we all about the truth here. It doesn't deviate. See? Now, but just getting the answers and stopping there, nah, that's merely basic training, right? You want to go above and beyond basic training. Okay? Right? You want your team to be more well equipped than that. So if we go back to the card on the table here, trying something new. Give me a minute. We go back to the card on the table, the 8. The attention to the detail is what's going to bring the 8th coin on the table. It's on the table for you, but in order to get it, you got to put in that grind for that detail. It's the detail. Like somebody, you know, that, I don't know, I ain't heard from him in a while, used to always say, the devil's in the details, right? So see what those details are, and that's going to be the devil that gets you that extra coin, right? But it might just be the devil that the Most High sent, okay? Now, if you're not asking questions, you need to know that it's time for you to go beyond basic training. It's time for you to go beyond basic training. Okay? So the attention to detail shows honesty. And all your work, you know, they say if it's all work and no play, it's dull, right? But that's only true with people who don't appreciate the work or see the work that you do as play. But what happens when the work you do is your joy? It's never a dull moment. Now, you may price yourself too low, and you know, maybe you should charge more, right? Because if you're doing too much for too little. Oh my God. You know the feeling, right? How many relationships do you have in life like that? But if you're doing a certain amount for a great amount, then you look forward to the next opportunity, the next chance, the next time around, right? Because you're going to enjoy yourself in the process. And then the people around you enjoy themselves in the process. And everybody is well. Everybody is healthy in the process. Nobody's injured. There's no tort claims. So we go back to you at the table. We can see he's got his eye in the glass. He's working. His work is in front of him. He's even got glasses. They're off on the table so you can get a better view than even the glasses would provide him. But he had to turn his back on the entire rest of the world. He had to turn his back on society, whether it's permanently or momentarily, in order to deal with the details, in order to perfect that gap between the question and the answer. He had to turn his back on society. And it's kind of like what you go through when you go to boot camp. Basic training, advanced training, right? You're going to learn the fundamentals. You're going to get the discipline, the physical fitness, the teamwork. You're going to learn to push beyond the comfort zones and just not stopping at basic knowledge. That's how we got to the 7. So now don't stop at the basic knowledge. So advanced training is what? Mastering specialized skills such as navigation, first aid, survival. Wait, where the photo at? Let me give you the eye candy. Right? I know there's a different type of reading for you. I'm pushing the boundaries here. All right? Unison Tarot, Pasha Paro. So you're gonna get advanced training. It's gonna be mastering specialized skills, navigation, first aid, survival techniques, showing a commitment to detail and excellence. Isn't that what we got to do in our businesses? Isn't that what we got to do at home in your relationships with your family, your friends, quote unquote? Do you really have enough for both at the same time? Or by trying to do both for all 12 at the same time, friends, family, business, this, that, and the other, are you not ruining them all from their potential, retarding them all from what they could potentially be? So wouldn't that be embracing the challenge and finding the joy of overcoming them to do it a different way? Who would support you if you did it differently? Seeing your work as a form of play, not a dull task. Who would accept and understand the risk of undervaluing yourself? Right? Who's going to help you recognize the need to charge more for your services? Who's going to help you realize that you're worth more in your life while you're focused on the details? Prioritizing training and personal development, sometimes at the expense of social interactions. Right? It says the price on the wall. Right? It tells you the price on the wall. The price on the sticker says $5.99.95. It tells you that. But what it don't tell you is all the hidden costs when you get to the register or you get to the sales clerk. The additional fees, the service fee, the annual maintenance fee. Do you want the 2-year protection plan? Do you want the and then it goes from $599.95. Next thing you know, you're at $1,264.37. Prioritizing training and personal development, sometimes at the expense of social interactions, sometimes at the expense of friends and family, sometimes at the expense of having that nice, comfortable job that you keep going to because it traps you in that comfort. Acknowledging the cost of this focus and dedication, including personal sacrifices and time invested. That brings us to the Seven of Swords. Hold on, let me get this down a little bit. Turn that down just a little bit. So that brings us to the Seven of Swords, as you see right there next to it. Now, the interesting thing is the Seven of Swords pairs with the fact that we had the 7 coins above, right? So if we look at this carefully, the 7 is actually health, travel, and completion, right? So we hear good advice every day, but the question is, are we listening? Right? Are we listening? 7 of Swords, remember, is the answers, right? So swords are actions. Welcome to AA, people. Welcome to AA. Answer actions, right? Answer action. This is your answer to actions. Answer the action of answers, right? AAA. The question is, where is the advice coming from? Is it people in some position inside yourself, or like a koi fish in some pond somewhere, right? Where is the answers coming from? Okay. Questions. You need a period of quiet to receive the information. And that's actually why many of you are being moved, so that you can receive the translation in a quiet place. Because this jackhammer's going off, sirens blaring, phone ringing. It's all distractions. The ding of social media when it's not Pasha Paro. Nah, we got a lot of good people out there doing great stuff. Make sure you share, like, comment, all of the stuff that's good. All right. So you're being moved to a quiet place, right? You got to fix your health. It was neglected during the process. Remember, you were in the gym shooting Kobe. You've been listening, sitting in that position for a long time. You're grinding, you're going past beyond the basic training. Your health has suffered from it, at least to the point where you need to recharge and recover during your studies. So while you were stuck listening, but the manifestations are now coming to life. Maybe you need a vacay, right? Maybe it's time for the vacation. Is that going to help you recharge? Is that what it is for you? The thing about the 7, let's get back to that real quick. the Seven of Swords, if we look at it there on the right, there appears to be six smaller swords. Okay. And what's going on with this is that you're being prompted up by your inner consciousness. If that answers the questions of where the answers are coming from. See, that doesn't mean you don't need the external world to stir the questions. I mean, even a hater must lift you up to hate on you so the crowd can see. So don't be so hard on the errors of others, because you probably will find your victory in there as well, right? Look at the sword handle. It has three circles: the Trinity, the mind, the body, the soul. If you haven't accomplished your goals, get with me and let's optimize your process. All right. So the next is the Three of Wands. Now, this is an interesting card to follow the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords, if we go with the comparison, we're valuing the importance of listening, good advice. We're taking action based on knowledge. You got your recognizing the potential for neglecting your health and doing something about it, understanding the need for the vacation or a rest period so you can recharge, right? You're getting that consciousness right, propped up by your inner consciousness. You're accepting that, not fighting it for a change, understanding the role of external influences to help you shape your perceptions, not attack them. And then, let's call it forgiveness and victory. So the Three of Wands, as you look there, the inferno of your life is blazed out. Now, which is, the learning period that we saw that follows the seven, like we saw in the Eight of Coins. So the learning period is what the Three of Wands is. The learning period, the commercial opportunities, the help offered. Oh, let me check this up. Okay, yeah, it's there. Good thing. Okay. So let me put it back like this. All right, so the Three of Wands is the commercial, is the help offered, is the learning period that follows the seven. And it actually follows the seven here, as we noted in the Eight of Coins. So the Three of Wands, though, is the numbers 29/11. So back to 9/11. Happens to be a fire engineer with a huge inferno. Does it feel like a tower moment in your life? Right? I mean, you had to turn your back on the rest of the world. You had to focus, right? All these images, the back is towards the rest of the world, focused on the goal. Right? You had to turn your back on society, on friends and family. And the only thing holding you up, per the Seven of Swords, is your consciousness. And the Three of Wands then comes along and says, it demands more from you. More from you at a time where you don't know what you have left to give. You're already being prompted up by your own conscious. What more do you possibly have? You done fought your last sweat drop, hit your boot. What do? Your eyes must be open for every opportunity, because it didn't say the help offered will be for you or by you. And keep your eyes open for the partnership for your business, your life, your whatever it is you're working towards, So be open for new ideas. Like as you can see in the Three of Wands, the climbing up the ladder, their back is to the world. It couldn't happen no other way. So don't be negative and avoid the fears, or you'll be inviting unreliable friends and disappointments. The moment you say you can't, you don't find out what's at the top of that ladder, whether it's success, whether it's you putting out the fire, whether it's you pulling people out of building on a burning building on the third floor of the apartment next to you. The moment you don't climb is the moment you cancel the opportunity to know. And all you be left with is beliefs of what could have been, which means you don't know. It's time you take tune. Take the tune. Like the watches in the Eight of Coins. What's your superpower? Let's tune it up. Remember, the answers are inside of you, and people in the world have questions and need your superpowers. So find your value and climb. And then that's going to bring you to the Ace of Cups. And somebody's out there is going to say, oh my God, the Ace of Cups in reverse is negative. And I want you to know that may be the case normally. Love, abundance, fertility, and change. And when it's reversed, you kind of think it means the opposite. But in this case, I think it's natural. What's atop the ladder, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Because the key is going to be infertility. I mean, you just gave birth to your new brand, your new business, your new concepts, your new ideas. You are working on them. You are watching them grow. You have put in all your last drop of sweat, blood into it. This is why you need to consider rejuvenation, regeneration, refreshment. The womb man, gives birth. And when she does, it's followed by at least a short period of time of you can't do it right now. You can't get another one right now, at least for a short period of time. So naturally, when you exhaust yourself, bringing something into manifestation, there is a small period of time, it varies for different individuals, of infertility. Look at the climbing of the ladder. Would you consider that a breakup? The angle is they stayed on the ground. They stayed there. You went up the ladder. We went up the ladder. That's separation. There was bad news. Something went wrong. They stood still. You reacted. You responded, rather. Postponed holidays, social activities, all that stuff, because all of that makes sense when you're going beyond basic training. See, they friends and family ain't out here with them. They're those that stopped at the basic level aren't out here with them doing this advanced work. They probably got a lot of opinions about them, but they don't know nothing about what they've been through, gone through, did, etc. You had to turn your back on the world in the Eight of Coins. You had to turn your back on the world on the ladder going up in the Three of Wands. It's how it had to be. Why? Because you're in connection with your subconscious. You're listening to your intuition. Right? And you're finding yourself. You're finding yourself in the mix. When everybody had answers for you, that may or may not be the one you need until you call Pasha Pavo. for that life coaching and business coaching. So the Ace of Cups is your self-care, your compassion, and your spiritual replenishment. Climb up the ladder. And tip it over. Let it rain down abundance into the environment that's blazing around you, the inferno burning in your life right now. You have it. The cup is stored. The water tower is on the rooftop of the NYC building for a reason. All it takes is gravity. What's stopping the gravity? And that's where we get the magician in reverse. And what we need to know there is you already have everything that you need. And now you're going to start using it properly. Before, maybe you didn't see that you had all the tools already. You didn't know that if you didn't, weren't successful in Q1, Q2, 2024, that you can contact Pasha Paro and get a new logo with psychology put in there to massage new clients into your world. You didn't realize that you could call for help, or maybe that you could help others in other ways. So you didn't know that you already had the tools around you or within you. But now you're going to start using them properly, and watch how things change for the better in your life. I'm Pasha Paro. Okay? Sacrifices and changes, connections, intuition. You already got it. Your self-care and your spiritual replenishment, you know what to do. Be open to every opportunity, whether it helps you or it's by you. That's why you hear me say, thank you for the exercise. There's no need to hate on someone or get mad at them for whatever they did that really didn't do nothing to you. It might, what you're displaying is when we put expectations on others, it sets ourselves up for disappointment. So remember, the expectation is always on you. And then you eliminate the disappointment in others. And that's why I get thank you for the exercise. Because damn, okay, I allowed, yeah, that was me. Right? You already have it. You are the magician in reverse. You already have it. If not, it's in your toolbox. So let's see you make contact with yourself, make contact with me. If you want a personal reading on some specific questions, I'm here. Let's talk. Let's get you some numbers. And if you want business coaching, life coaching, I'm here. If you need graphic, marketing, branding, do a lot of stuff. Holla at me. Pasha Paro, Y97. Thank you for tuning. The Unison Tarot is for your emotional intelligence and mental health awareness for entertainment purposes. Pasha Paro, thank you for tuning.